Hey guys, today's language arts lesson is going to be talking about the rules of the comma, and that's something that we've worked on all year, so this is again a review. So as soon as we do this, you can go on with your assignment for the day. So here we go. All right, comma review. All right, let's talk about introductory words and phrases. We always put a comma after an introductory word or a phrase. And when you hear the word introductory, introduction, when do we see an introduction or hear an introduction? At the beginning or the end of something? It would be at the beginning. So an introductory word or phrase comes at the beginning of a sentence. So here's an example. On Monday, the governor announced that we won't be returning to the school building for the rest of the year. On Monday is our introductory phrase. So we have to separate that from the rest of the sentence with a comma. So we put a comma after Monday. All right, we also use a comma to set off a direct quote. That means if we're quoting dialogue. Nurse Jamie said, "It's important that we're all washing our hands right now." So we've got to separate who's saying it from their dialogue, from their direct quote. So we would say, Nurse Jamie said, comma, and then begin your quotation. All right, and then in a positive, remember we talked about a positives, and what word do you hear in a positive? You hear pause, right? So in a positive is where you pause to give more information about something. Miss Thompson, our language arts teacher, is giving us too much work. It's not too much work. But I'm pausing to give you more information about Miss Thompson, to tell people who that person is. Miss Thompson, our language arts teacher. So we would need a comma after Miss Thompson and after teacher, because we're pausing to give more information. All right, and then, of course, when we're writing a friendly letter, we have a greeting. And remember, the greeting would be, Dear Aunt Bessie. Okay, so if we're writing a letter to our Aunt Bessie, Dear Aunt Bessie, comma. So you always put a comma after the greeting. And then in the closing, which would be, Sincerely, your nephew Ben, or Love, your nephew Ben. Okay? But after sincerely or love or your friend or whatever closing you choose in a friendly letter, you have to put that comma after it. All right, and then between the day and the year in dates, April 8th, 2020, we always put a comma between the day, which would be the 8th, and the year, which would be 2020. We don't need a comma between the month and the day, just the day and the year. We also need commas between cities and states. Weiner, Arkansas. Okay, the city always comes first and the state comes second. And you always separate those with a comma. And of course, we separate words in a series with a comma. And how many words does it have to be? 3 or more words. If it's just 2 words, we don't use a comma. We just have the conjunction. But if we're listing 3 or more words in a series, then we separate those with commas. All right, there we have it, our comma review. So get to work, and if you have any questions, you know how to get in touch with me, and have a great day.